I am muted. I apologize, everybody. How's everybody doing out here today on this beautiful, beautiful Monday afternoon? Well, we're here to talk some Arizona Cardinals being 3-0 now. And we are currently celebrating Victory Monday. I hope everybody's having a very, very good day. If you're at school, if you're at work, if you're just having the day off on Monday, I salute everybody. Thank you so very much for coming on the stream. This is going to be an open forum where we will be opening up the phone lines, and I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys and what you guys have to say, because bottom line, we are 3-0, but there's a lot of a lot of questions that need to be answered from this game, especially in that very first half when it came down to the Arizona Cardinals versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. So this is going to be the open phone lines. If you have positivity you want to spread in the world, if you have negativity you want to spread in the world, this is going to be your open forum where we, you can go ahead and talk anything you have to say. The link is going to be at the top of this chat. So I highly, highly encourage you guys to go ahead and jump on and basically celebrate Victory Monday, because, hey, this is a good time to celebrate here. I mean, granted, we're 3-0, and everything kind of worked in our favor. If you guys didn't watch any of the other football games, we did have the Seattle Seahawks losing. They ended up losing to the Minnesota Vikings, and then also the San Francisco 49ers ended up losing in a literally the last 2 to 3 seconds field goal from Crosby. They ended up losing as well. So right now, the division of the NFC West, we have a tie between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams, both of them being at 3-0. And then we have the San Francisco 49ers at 2-1, and obviously the Seattle Seahawks at 1-2. Crazy, man. Crazy to see that we're in this state as of right now, because it's absolutely wild, man. It's absolutely wild to be here 3-0. When I first saw the schedule, I did not think that we were going to be in this position, but hey, we have our work cut out for us within this next few games. We have a pretty intense schedule with these next 3 weeks. And then after the 3 weeks, we're going to have a fairly decent, little kind of break from there. I wouldn't say break, but we're going to have a game that might open it up to feel a little bit alleviated from this 3-game stretch that we're going to be going to. So next up, we have the Rams. Obviously, that's going to be this coming Sunday. The following Sunday is going to be the San Francisco 49ers. And then after that, it's going to be the Browns. So we have a lot to dive into today. This is an open call-in show. So if you guys want to jump on, we do have the link that's pinned at the top of the chat. Come on in. I got my first guy here, BBHALV, coming in here shortly once I kind of get the okay from him. But it is pinned at the top. All you need to do is click on that link, and you should be able to jump right in so we can start talking some Cardinals. How are you feeling? Are you worried about this offense? Are you worried about this 3-game stretch? Anything you want to talk about, this open forum is for you guys, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But first things first, happy Victory Monday. All right, let's get my guy BBHALV coming in here right now. Let's see. BBH, can you hear me? What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine now.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Hey, man, you are live on the Easy Sports Fan here on YouTube, man. Talk to me, man. How are you feeling about being 3-0 and just the state of this Arizona Cardinal team in general? How are you feeling?
Well, so far, I'm happy with the performance and how everything is for the Arizona Cardinals. But honestly, this next 3 games are honestly scaring me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Like I said a little earlier, man, we got the Rams, we got the 49ers, and then we got the Browns right after them. But how confident are you in going into this Rams game? Do you see that as a loss, or do you think we can hold up against them?
Offensively, we've been scoring at least 30 points, so I feel like we can keep up with them. But as far as winning, I'm just worried about the defense, because the way we performed against the Vikings, when they're off offensively going, their run game is scaring me. But I know they don't have Cam Akers, so that's like a little bit of a plus. But Matthew Stafford is showing that he's very accurate, and if he really sells that play action pass. So if he gets to If he gets that going, that's going to have really issues in our secondary. And I'm hoping Byron Murphy shows up again.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Honestly, the Bucks versus the Rams game, I did not see that play out that way. It seemed like they were going to be, evenly matched, but then the Rams ended up, running away with it, and they look like a pretty scary team, in my personal opinion, offensively and defensively, shutting down Tom Brady. But anything else you want to add before we get our next guest on?
Yeah. So one thing I do want to add about the Bucks game is that I'm not surprised because they're really good at they're really good defensively passing, but what the Bucks don't have is a run game, and that's what the Rams have been dealing with issues is the run game. So I feel like that's gonna be a very big emphasis for the Cardinals, is that getting the run game running, and then as soon as that gets going, then we're gonna start letting it fly with the air raid. So I feel like the key point to winning this game is definitely getting the run game going down the throats with Kyle. Even if Kyle Murray gets involved, I'm hoping he gets involved in the run game that we have Connor, Chase Edmonds, and even Murray getting a run. Once we get that running, and we can you start play action, start throwing deep to either the other office, maybe Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is surprising me. How good he's very consistent. I don't think I've seen him drop the ball yet. Whenever he hasn't caught a ball, it's because it's been overthrown to him. So he's surprising me.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Let me get my guy next. RC3 coming up. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much.
All right, you too.
Later. All right, man. Let's get my guy RC3 coming up here. RC3, man, talk to me, man. How are you feeling about the Cardinals? What we're looking at this green 3-day game stretch. Go ahead.
It's a bright day out here. Very bright over here where I'm at, but I'm still not impressed though, pretty much so. Regardless of that, because we played a game that we're supposed to actually win. It's a rookie quarterback, and let's not think about the history when we play backup quarterbacks and rookie quarterbacks that they always have a way to have our number. Remember Jalen Hurts, Tua? We could go all day with the list from last year.
Sure.
So apparently this is something that we're supposed to do, and this is what we're supposed to capitalize on, which was our problem. Now, more than so than that, I'm looking at this Rams team, a team that we haven't even beat yet, possibly even since we've been in this division, since Sean McVay has been entitled of being their coach, that this is something that we have to come out and go and play and be 110% on. And I just still don't feel that is real trustworthy about, even though Byron Murphy had a tremendous game, I take nothing away from him. But it takes the Buda Bakers to step up, the Thompsons to step up. It's going to be a lot because you got Cooper Kupp and everything, because blitz is not going to always work in that favor. They might have to even switch Isaiah Simmons to go play coverage on some of these players and stuff as well, too. And hopefully one day Gardeck comes back. I'm praying that he does come back, And it's
I
just
heard
a lot
good things maybe this coming game. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, I can look at that, but I'm just saying, look at the games that we actually played. These are games you're supposed to win. Now, everybody's talking about the Rams with they have a problem with running. That's basically the whole NFC West having a problem with running. Let's remember, Hyde used to play with the 49ers, and Hyde also had a field day against us too when he was with the 49ers. So this is not nothing brand new when we talk about that. Dalvin Cook had a good game against us. Like later on, he got the gears turning. But it's like we so focused on the pass all the time and rushing and blitzing, we just forget about what the running backs are actually supposed to do. And I just don't want to see Kyler Murray rushing over 150 yards and you're the quarterback and not scoring any touchdowns. And we got to rely on defense and rely on Byron Murphy and Alford to actually try to make a play to go there. Because remember, Alford really dropped an interception that he actually could have had that game as well, too. And that was just luck. He just turned around at the wrong period of time and wasn't even running his route right, and the guy overthrew him, and that's how he was about to get the ball. So we can't have no mistakes dealing with the Rams, the Browns, the 49ers, because Browns are looking like the real deal on defense still.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. Let me get my next guy in here. I appreciate you, man. I love all your takes, man. Thank you so very much, man. Peace out.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, however you want to, slice it, man. It's going to be a tough stretch here, but I hear what everybody has to say for sure. I agree with RC3, and then I also agree with BBH as well. Let me get my guy Ty Guy up in here right now. Ty Guy, man, talk to me, man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, so I agree with RG3, but like at the same time, I'm impressed with how they came back. 2 years ago, 1 year ago, bro, we don't come back from that. We take that L and we go through the rest of our season with that L on our record. I was impressed that coming back after they drove on us, after the interception in the third, I believe it was, we still managed to rally, come back, and get the dub with a D-Hop who was pretty much a decoy out there who did nothing. It was all Kirk and Green out there, man, and that says a lot about the offense. When your number one is unproductive and you still can somehow pull out a dub in a game that seemed to be out of hand.
Yeah, I agree, man. Honestly, I was very excited the fact that, hey, DeAndre Hopkins wasn't very involved, but we got all our other wide receivers doing what they do. That got me super stoked.
Oh, that is super stoked. And if D-Hop comes back against the Rams, and I mean, that you got to remember, they made Tom Brady look bad, but Tom Brady is not a mobile quarterback. He's a traditional stand in the pocket, bombs away type of quarterback. He's going to take what you give him. But Murray, man, he's going to take more than what you give him. He's going to make his own and get that because he moves out of the pocket and he moves to the left or more commonly to the right. He'll make plays happen where and a mobile quarterback like Tom Brady won't. So I'm hoping, with that being said, that gives that defense that the Rams have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, man, perfect. I agree, man. I love the positivity, man. So, what do you think this game, man, against the Rams? I know you're at work right now, but the Rams versus Cardinals, you think we'll be able to match up very well against them?
Look, I'm on a couple Facebook pages, and I took a thing, and a lot of people are nervous about this one. I'm nervous on this one too. It's the Rams that you haven't beat yet. You're playing them at home, at their home, and it's just that feeling of like, we've been here before. It's a hard one, man. And I know this is our coming out party, though. Mark my words. If we beat the Rams this week, the NFL will take notice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, hope so. Appreciate you, Ty Guy. Thank you so very much for your positivity.
No problem.
Man.
You have a good one, man.
You too. Peace out. All right, man. So, hey, I agree. Also, some more facts that are spitting there, man. I think when it comes down to it, the Arizona Cardinals have their work cut out for them these next 3 games. And I agree. I think the Rams are a perfect test to really see, like, hey, are we the team that's going to be able to compete in this NFC West? Obviously, we are. We're 3-0. We're tied at the number 1 spot with the Los Angeles Rams. So we're doing very, very good. It's just, can we become that number 1 team? Can we become the Rams? Can we become the Seattle Seahawks of obviously the past years? Because this year, the Seattle Seahawks don't have it. Their defense absolutely looks atrocious. They don't look very good at all. And I'm very excited to jump onto the NFC West roundtable to really ask Steezy A. Smith to see exactly what's going on with this team. But man, it's a combination of a lot of different stuff. The Rams, we haven't beat in 4 straight years, ladies and gentlemen. 4 straight years. That's 8 straight games at home here. We just haven't been able to beat them. Sean McVay has had our number for the past 4 years, and I think this is the perfect time right here this year. It's the perfect time to break that streak. But I know it's easier said than done. This matchup is going to be absolutely tough. But we do have a next guest coming up here. We got John Paul coming up right now. Let's see if we can spit some facts here. John Paul, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, man. Talk to me. How are you feeling?
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, I can hear you. My bad. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
All right. I'm good. Yeah, I'm just kind of. Go ahead.
Let's start off with this. How are you feeling about the Cardinals going 3-0? And do you think we could stack up very well against the Rams? Go.
3-0 is good. We won all the games. Titans was dominating. The second game was just, I'd rather be lucky than good. The third one, that was kind of a bit of a nail biter, but we did come back for that one, so we showed a little bit hard there. But am I that stressed about the game against the Rams? Not really. We're 0-8. I don't think there's that much difference between being 0-8 against Sean McVay as opposed to being 0-9. The thing I was telling people in the Cardinal rule was that, every season that Kyler has been in, we've always won a marquee matchup, like a surprise win of a marquee matchup. Kyler's rookie season, it was the Browns. The second season, it was winning at home against Seattle. So maybe that could be the LA Rams this year. Who knows? I'm still kind of, the any given Sunday stuff. If you have one good game or, everyone knows exactly what this game's gonna mean, right?
Right.
So personally, I mean, it's like Jordan Hicks said, we already know what Sean McVay is gonna do. Like we already do know what Sean McVay is gonna do. Good news is though, is that I think it really isn't about overthinking it. Just go out there and just executing. We almost beat them last season in the first game. The second game, if Kyler was healthy, we could have beat them. I know they had Wolford, but me personally, I think there's a possible of an upset, and we steal one from the Rams. I think the Rams are good. They are, but I think they're like Seattle last year, where they're really. I mean, I saw the highlights versus the Bucks, and all they did was pass.
Yeah, it was yeah. Michelle didn't do very much. Sony Michelle didn't do very much against them. But, I mean, honestly, the pass was pretty spot on, man. Matthew Stafford is taking their passing game to a whole new level. I do got a line of people coming up next here. I got Andrew coming up, so I appreciate you. And give me one last thought here, and it's going to be, are you worried about the offense of the Arizona Cardinals moving forward because of the slow start? Short answer.
I think our offense is so explosive that I think we saw that with Jacksonville. They're dominating us in the first half, and in the second half, we just decided, for some strange reason, Cliff's play calling didn't really change. We just executed.
Right.
So, we could go 2 quarters with scoring, just getting a field goal, but we could have 1 quarter where you could score like 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns. So it's hard to say, how their offense is going to be. It's just going to be because Cliff is not a strategist; he's an analytics guy. But analytics is hard to really looking a week from now, say, oh, this is going to happen. It's like, well, he's going to look at the numbers, and sometimes the numbers comes down to it. It's just 50-50.
Right.
It's either they're going to make the right call or not make the right call. So that's why I'm excited about this game is that we have that, like unlike years before, we have the potential to really explode in just 1 quarter and just, as long as he decides to run, better clock management, I think we might be able to pull this one out.
Sweet. Awesome. We'll leave it at that right there. Appreciate you, Jean Paul. Thank you so very much, man. All right. We got a super chat here. Got BBH ALV coming up clutch with a $10 donation. Appreciate you, man. Let me get you the Betty White Dam.
Got him!
Appreciate you. Thank you so very much. This question for you. How do you feel about Cliff? Do you think he took the big step like BA did this his third year, or do you think this game to put the nail in the coffin for you? Okay, so basically talking about Cliff. So honestly, I was a little worried about with Cliff with the whole 68-yard attempt. Honestly, it kind of that whole situation where it's like, hey, damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he made it, he's going to look like a genius. But the unfortunate part, it's not that what I got frustrated with is not that Matt Prater missed it, is that we were put in a situation for special teams and the whole everything in general with the whole run back of a touchdown. It was not just all on Cliff. It was the whole special teams that allowed that really made me pissed off. Obviously, you need to find somebody to blame, and Cliff was the one who, wanted to go for the field goal. So obviously he's going to be the first one, but that whole work was absolutely garbage, but I'm glad we won. So we'll just move on from there. Let me get my guy, Andrew, here. Andrew, you are live on the Easy Sports Fan on YouTube, man. Talk to me. How are you feeling about the Cardinals?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great. Man, yesterday's game was it started out rough, but definitely picked up as we got better and throughout the game. Man, I was able to go to the game, got great seats. Man, it was fun.
Awesome, man. You went to Jacksonville? Heck yeah. How was the weather?
About an hour away.
Oh, you live about an hour away, you said?
Yeah, I do.
Nice. Heck yeah. Sweet.
First game.
Go ahead.
It was awesome. Like, it was nothing like I haven't experienced anything like it before. I knew the Cardinals were coming in town. I just figured, hey, I want to go. And yeah, I mean, it was the first time I saw Kyler Murray and everyone at the stadium, and man, they did not disappoint. First half, yeah, kind of rough. That return touchdown just killed our momentum in the second half. But I think what really helped was that pick six in the third quarter. I think that really swung momentum back in our favor. That really turned out for the better.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. I agree. The first offense, that first half was rough, man. And if you guys weren't at my watch party, I was fuming. I'm more of that passionate, over-exaggerated type of fan. It's just in my nature. But let me ask you this, man. The next 3 weeks are looking pretty tough with the Rams, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Browns after that. How do you feel like we're going to match up against the Rams?
I think it's going to be honestly, I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think we're going to battle back and forth, you know. It's going to matter based on the drive and the play calling. Penalties, of course, are going to factor into it. Just hope we don't get too many false start calls, holding, pass interference, you know, the such. It's going to kill us if we get too many. So just keeping it high hopes. Like, I think we definitely have a shot against the Niners and the Browns. The Rams will be, you know, could flip a coin. I think it's going to be fun. I can't wait. I can't watch the game, local listings, but it's going to be fun to look at, and, you know, hope everything goes well.
Yeah, well, let me just extend this offer. If I do a watch party, you're more than welcome to jump on, man. We have a very good time. I like to do play-by-play. Don't do it very well, but I do my best. I appreciate you, man. Let me get my next guy on here.
Got it.
All right, man. We're going to go ahead and go with Jordan P coming up here right now. I love the comments. Keep the comments coming, man. Love it. Let's get Jordan P up here. Jordan, man, talk to me, man. How you feeling about the Cardinals?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Like an angel, man. Go ahead.
All right. I have a couple of things to say. First, to the Christian Kirk haters out there, I just have to go over this. Christian Kirk is the second highest graded wide receiver in the whole NFL right now, behind Devontae Adams. He has a 90.5. Devontae Adams has a 90.7. He also has the most yards in the slot out of anyone in the whole NFL, and he has the most catches, over 15 yards. So anyone that's still talking crap about Christian Kirk, I mean, I don't know what else you want him to do, because he's been, on top of that, he's been the clutch go-to guy. Fourth down already twice, he's been the guy that Kyler has gone to, and on that fourth down in Jacksonville, he actually broke out of his route to give an opening for Kyler because no one was open. So that's just one thing I wanted to go over. And also, Kyler, he broke the franchise record for most passing yards within 3 games, because he's over 1,000 now. And I see a lot of people saying, you know, oh, his decision-making so bad. He has 4 interceptions. One of them shouldn't count, by the way. But he does have those interceptions that, you know, it's like one bad pass a game where it's like, damn, he made that one bad pass, but he's been literally perfect almost every other play. He has the second highest completion percentage in the whole NFL. So, you know, he's been accurate and completing his passes like almost no one else. He's second. So I feel like he's getting a lot of flack, but he does need to, you know, sometimes calm it down a bit. And, you don't need to, you know, chuck it up to Kirk every time he runs a post down the middle, you know. But yeah, that was my thought on.
Yeah, no, and that's fair, man. I'm right there with you, and I'm glad you brought up the whole Christian Kirk thing, because, yeah, as you know, you've been following the channel for quite some time. I was a big critic of him, so I've always when I get the opportunity, I always like to give an apology to Christian Kirk, because he's been killing it. He absolutely has been killing it.
And the Rams game, you know, in terms of that, you know, Sean McVay has had our number, you know, forever since he's been that coach. We've never beat him. And, you know, it's hard to say, like, you know, are we going to win? It's really hard to say. Do we have a chance? I think we have a small chance. But, I mean, they're basically fully healthy. They have, like, one injury to, like, one of their, like, second outside linebackers. You know, we're missing Jordan Phillips. Justin Pugh's hurt. Beacham's hurt. So, like, we have some key injuries. But, you know, the way our offense has played, I'm not worried about the offense. I'm more worried about the refs, because they have been against us for the past 2 weeks, and it's not even close. So if the Rams have what they have plus the refs, there's no way we can win. So, you know, the refs are going to have to be fair, and I think Cliff is gonna have he's I was his biggest critic. I'm not gonna lie about that, but he has taken huge leaps, and based on what he's done in the past 2 years. But he still has those little moments. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And the field goal is like, I get it. People are saying that's a decision that was bad, but what was really bad was the run.
Yeah.
Why would you run the ball there? Just you have to pass the ball. If that was 66 yards, that would have went in. He was off by like 2 yards. So I feel like a lot of things are gonna have to come together for us to beat the Rams. We do have a chance, but it's we haven't beat them. So this is our chance to prove we are the real deal. But
yeah,
we'll see.
100%, man. Great stuff as usual, man. Thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your day, dude.
All
right. Yeah, I agree, man. Let me get a big shout out to my guy, RC3, with the $2 donation. Appreciate you, man. Let me get you the Betty White dab.
Got him!
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. And he says, Kirk did this last year and flopped. Not excited. Sheesh. I don't know. Like me personally, I have been a big critic of Christian Kirk, and I definitely have. I think the best thing that has happened to Christian Kirk is being him moving into the slot. I think he's done very, very well. And I understand the people that are still a little skeptical. I completely get it. And I could definitely see where you guys are coming from, even when it comes down to, like, let's say, for example, we get demolished versus the Rams. I know there's going to be a lot of people say, here you go, told you so. We got lucky, against, the Vikings. The Titans weren't ready to go. And the Jaguars were, a team we should have been beaten. We're going to probably get a lot of that stuff, but I do have faith, and it might be over optimistic. It might be, stupid optimism when it comes to being a Cardinal fan, but I have faith that we can hold up against the Los Angeles Rams because, yes, they don't have a running game. I don't know what's going to happen with, Henderson if he does decide to come back. I know he had a rib injury. If he does decide to come back, then, hey, it might be a different situation. Now, Sony Michel does have the ability to tote the rock. I think he could definitely do very well. But one thing that our defense does very good, especially in that very first half, is maintaining the run on the inside. Whenever they're doing a dive, whenever they're trying to do something, cute within the inside, I think our front seven does very well. I think where we struggle in the run game is when they try to go to the outside and take the edges. That's where I feel like we struggle a little bit. And that's what we've seen in the second half when, James Robinson was really getting going. I want to see more Zabin. I want to see more Zabin Collins. I feel like we're seeing him a good amount, but I do think that we are favoring Jordan Hicks a lot, as well as Isaiah Simmons. There's a lot of different, formations that are coming through, either with Hicks and Simmons, or sometimes it'll be Simmons and Zabin, stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know who to blame so much, but we are struggling with the outside runs, and I definitely think it needs to be cleaned up. But I do think we can hold up against the Los Angeles Rams. Will they beat us? Probably. I mean, they're a team that's set to be, we needed a quarterback, and we got the quarterback, and that is going to be Matthew Stafford. So now that they got him, let's see how they hold up against, how they do against our defense. And let's see how our offense does against their defense, because they still have Aaron Donald, one of the most destructive interior defensive linemen out there. And this guy was putting pressure on Tom Brady left and right. So we got our work cut out for us. One thing that we do have over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is we have Kyler Murray. We have a mobile quarterback that's able to get in and out of the pocket. Oh, well, not in, but, obviously out of the pocket and see if he can make some plays with his legs. So we need to make sure that we expose it, but we also need to make sure that we maintain health throughout this game, because we've had some bad luck when it comes to playing the Rams, not just the Los Angeles Rams, but even the St. Louis Rams. When they were the St. Louis Rams, we I felt like always had a person get hurt. I'm not saying that the Rams are, that type of team, but it just kind of seemed to be the trend. And we need to make sure that we come out of this game super, super healthy. We don't want to have anything, go bad in our season go sideways on us. So, good thing is we have Rodney Hudson in the middle, and I definitely think he's going to hold up. He probably might not have, Aaron Donald tagged and beat all the time, but I definitely think he's going to be able to hold up very, very well. Let's just see what happens with our offensive line. So this right here, guys, it is a call-in show, just FYI. If you guys do want to come on to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, the link to this is pinned at the top. So if you want to come on, click on the link and it'll take you to a website called StreamYard, and you should be able to jump onto the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. And you can give us your opinion, how you feel about the offense, how you feel about the win yesterday, anything you want to talk about. This is the best opportunity to jump on. And it is linked at the top of the chat, just FYI. While we're waiting for some more callers to come in, let's take it to the comments and let's see what you guys have to say about our Arizona Cardinals team. Let's see here. Pat Bush, what's up, man? He says, other teams will be interested in Chandler Jones and will pay him more for his services if we don't extend him. Yes. Oh, absolutely. I know. I read somewhere like, I think on my last live stream yesterday, I said something along the lines like, hey, I still want to extend Chandler Jones, even though we haven't gotten any like sacks or production from him. Or I'm sorry, not production. We haven't had any sacks from Chandler Jones these last 2 games. And somebody put a comment on there saying something along the lines like, hey, you still want to extend this one-trick pony? And I didn't respond to him because I'm like, one-trick pony, bro? Like, what are you talking about right now? Like, what is that all about? But it was kind of really weird. But hey, Chandler Jones is all that in a bag of potato chips. Let me tell you that right now. Chandler Jones is the real deal. I still have faith that he can become great. Or, he can still continue to be productive with us. He still has 5 sacks within this season so far, and he's still trying to get a lot more as it goes. I did put a poll up earlier before the stream started, and my question was, are you worried about our offense in the next 3 games? We have 58% saying no and 42% saying yes. We have 130 votes. If you want to cast your vote, it is at the top, and I will be ending that pretty soon. So if you guys want to jump on, like I said before, the link is pinned at the very top. You should be able to come through so we can have a conversation. I'm really excited to see what the Red Seas has to say about this. Let's end the poll. All right, perfect. We got our next call in here. Let me give a quick shout out to my guy RC3 with a $2 donation. Appreciate you. Let me get you the Drew Stanton dance.
Got him!
Appreciate you, man. He says, Larry will come back if the Cards make the playoffs. We'll talk about that if it happens, man. But let's get my guy Jesse up in here right now. Jesse, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, man. Talk to me. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. 3-0, victory Monday. You gotta love it.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I'm worried about the offense is Kyler Murray throwing a lot of interceptions. I don't know. I think he's like maybe getting a little. I want to say cocky because all the interceptions have been like into double coverage, and that's something that worries me going forward. I know he can make every throw, but sometimes maybe he's just a little too confident. But I think there are some other players you could throw into instead of that. That's the other thing that worries me about Kyler Murray right now. It's just like all the interceptions he's throwing.
Yeah. No, and I definitely hear where you're coming from. Yeah, 4 interceptions in 3 games, and I believe it was like 7 touchdowns, something along those lines.
Yeah, and I think three of those were like into like double coverage, which is like he's made some of those throws, but it's kind of like a gamble every time,
Yeah, no, and I definitely hear where you're coming from. What about the Rams, man? How are you feeling about the Rams? Did you catch the Bucks versus Rams game yesterday?
I didn't. I didn't get to watch that game. I did watch the highlights. The Rams look really good. Stafford looks really good. Their defense is not as good as it was last year, which is good for us because their defense just killed us last year. We couldn't do nothing against them. Aaron Donald still worries me. Jalen Ramsey still worries me. Other than that, man, I think we got a better shot this year against the Rams. But like I said, you just gotta not turn the ball over and stop the run. The run has been killing us too. Last couple of games, we allowed like 150 yards each game, so which is not good.
Right. No, I completely agree, man. Perfect. Awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much for jumping on. Thank you.
All right.
Later. All right, man. Yeah, so I love it. I like what people are saying because I know Kyler Murray, man, he's playing like an MVP, but sometimes, man, I agree when it comes down to those interceptions, the double coverage, that type of stuff where you're like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know if he saw that other safety kind of baiting him or something like that, but I definitely see where you guys are coming from, where it's like, hey, man, we probably shouldn't have thrown that ball, especially because if you really look at, like, not the film, but if you look at the replay, sometimes he has people in the checkdowns, and they're open for at least a 3 or 4 yarders. They might not be that big explosion play, but we could still very well maintain our drive and still try to chip away and get to where we need to get to. And that's obviously a touchdown or a field goal to put some points on the board. Because I think when it comes down to it, boys and girls, I think what we need to focus on is a lot of penalties. Now we're seeing a lot of penalties, whether we say it's, because of the, the refs not, being too harsh on us or whatever it is, but we have seen it. We've seen that, face masks time and time again, that's not been called on, for Kyler Murray when he's like brought to the ground with his face mask. So we see it. And when it comes down to us committing, penalties as well, that's really going to bite us in the butt when it comes down to playing those teams like the Rams, the 49ers, and then the Browns. When you really take a look at it, I saw the 49ers versus and the Sunday Night Football versus the Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Honestly, I'm not trying to gloat. I'm not trying to sound too confident, but I'm actually more worried about the Rams than I am about the 49ers. I think we'll stack up very well against the San Francisco 49ers. I really do. And that could be more of a toss-up type of game. I think 50-50, that game could be, hey, we can win or they can beat us. But the Rams, I'm a little hesitant. I'd say 60-40, 60 going to the Los Angeles Rams and then 40 going to the Arizona Cardinals. But I do think we'll stand up very well. But we need to clean up the penalties. We need to clean up the interceptions, especially the silly ones, because, man, Sean McVay has had our number, and he's going to continue to want to build his streak. He's going to continue to want to, have a lead before the half because his streak still continues. If he has the lead at the end of the half and we're going into, halftime, the chances of him, winning that game is 100% right now. It's 100%. So can our defense stick up? Can our defense hold up against, Matthew Stafford? Hopefully. Byron Murphy had a taste of a 2-pick game, and I think he's trying to get some more. I've liked what I've seen from Isaiah Simmons. So far, Zaven Collins, to me, he's shined a lot during preseason, but I don't think he's gotten really the opportunity to shine as much in the regular season, and that's not really his fault. I think it's more because of the formations and everything that's being put on the field. We've seen a good dosage of Jordan Hicks. And sometimes I feel like, come on, Jordan Hicks, man, get it. And sometimes I feel like he's being either held or he's just not coming off the block to make that either, tackle for loss or the tackle just in general. So it's kind of like a lot of, things up in the air. So that's what we're talking about, everybody, right now. If you guys do want to come on to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, the pin or the link is pinned at the top of the chat. If you're a Rams fan, come on through as well. Sometimes we have some Rams fans in the chat below. I have no hate to anybody's coming through. If you want to come on and say your Rams will beat us, cool. As long as you keep it, clean, professional. I honestly don't care. If you're a Rams fan, come on in. If you're a Cardinals fan, come on in as well. Because as we go on through this week, obviously, I said 60%. I think the Rams are going to win and 40% Cardinals. But you know me. I mean, as the week goes along, the closer we get to Sunday, my mind starts changing a little bit more. My optimism starts changing a little bit more. And I start to think that we can take on the world. So my opinion might change as the week goes on. But I do think that the Arizona Cardinals can hold up against them. We just need to clean up a lot of stuff. We need to clean up a lot of stuff, and we need to start early. We need to start fast. We need to start early. And I love what AJ Green is doing. I love what AJ Green is doing, especially because DeAndre Hopkins didn't have a good game yesterday. Is it the rib injury? Possibly. But AJ Green picked up the slack. Christian Kirk picked up the slack. Rondale Moore wasn't really there. It seemed like we were trying to get it to him, and that's completely fine. He's not going to have an explosion game every single time, but I love our options that we have within everything. So I'm super, super excited, man. Super stoked. So as we're waiting for callers to come through, we are going to go ahead and keep reading the comments, and we will go from there. Spencer76, what's up, dude? He says, we got this. Just like K1 said, we would have lost these games last year. This is a better team than last year. Love it. Yeah, I agree, man. This team is different. Cliff Kingsbury is different. No matter how much flack, no matter how much negativity I say sometimes during the watch parties, because, when you're watching the game, it's like you're kind of watching in a anger, emotional type zone, especially if you're in the live stream. You'll see me kind of go from hot and cold real quick, and you think I'll be happy 1 second, and then next second I'm trying to flip some tables and stuff like that. So that's just kind of the fan that I am. But I agree, man. There has been some games, especially this last game against the Jaguars game. We've all said this is a trap game from the beginning. We've all said this is a trap game, and it seemed like this was a trap game from the beginning. Whatever was said in that locker room, the intensity picked up. The defense picked up the slack from us, and I agree with what one of our callers said, that I think the momentum changed. The momentum changed the moment that Byron Murphy got that pick six. That momentum got swung over to the Arizona Cardinals, and I absolutely loved exactly what happened, because when that moment happened, it was all uphill from there. Trevor Lawrence really couldn't do very much. Our defense was filling themselves, and it was just looking very, very good. So yes, I completely agree. I love the optimism, man. I love the optimism. Let's keep on reading into the comments. Jonathan Gonzalez? We are winning, and I can tell you why. Oh, okay. Tell me why, my guy. If you want to get on, if you don't want to type the whole thing, come on through, man. The link is at the top, man. Let us know why we're gonna beat the Rams. It's at the top of the chat. Just click on the link. It will take you to a website called StreamYard, and let us know exactly how we're going to beat the Rams, or why we're going to beat the Rams. Come on through, Jonathan Gonzalez, and then we would love to hear your opinion. But as of right now, as we're waiting for some guests, some callers to come through, we are going to keep reading into the chat and see what everybody else has to say. Julian B, what's up? He's saying, I feel like if there was a time for us to upset the Rams, it would be now. How crazy would it be to come off a hard-fought win against the Jags and then go to LA and leave with the dub? That would be amazing. I honestly do think that the Arizona Cardinals fan base, the national media, would look at the Arizona Cardinals differently if we can come up with the win on Sunday. 110%. There's a lot of implications this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know that now, this coming Sunday, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Los Angeles Rams. We have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks. There's so much implications that's going to happen this coming weekend. It's absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts. We can very well have a Seahawk team be 1-3. Hear me well, ladies and gentlemen. We can have a Seahawk team be 1-3. And then we can have a San Francisco 49er team be 3-1 by the time this weekend is over. And obviously, whatever happens against, the Rams and the Arizona Cardinals, one team's going to be leaving 4-0, and the other team's going to be leaving 3-1. So, hey, man, there's a lot of implications here. A lot of implications for the Arizona Cardinals, and they need to come in, man. They need to come in ferociousness. They need to come in with the physicality like we haven't played before. Our offensive line needs to hold up. Kyler Murray needs to make right decisions. I can only hope that we do not throw an interception this game. But, I mean, I do feel like this game is really going to determine what's going to happen. Like, what's going to happen in this game is really going to determine by, one or two plays. Like, our defense or our offense is going to do those one or two plays that's going to swing momentum either to the Rams or to the Arizona Cardinals. But can Chandler Jones get some sacks? Can J.J. Watt get some sacks? Can Marcus Golden continue his 2-game sack streak? Can we do that? Can Dennis Garnett come back and give us some sacks that way? It's a lot of up in the air right now, man. It's a lot of up in the air. And right now it's the longest 6 days that we have to wait, because the Los Angeles Rams, man, and the most national media out there is saying that this is going to be a win for the Los Angeles Rams. They don't give us the respect that we took down the Titans. They don't give us the respect that we held strong against the Minnesota Vikings. Although you might say it's a lucky one, hey, we gave lucky wins last year to a lot of our opponents. So we'll take the win. We'll take the win as we take the win. So, the Vikings. And then we have the Jaguars, where it was a very ugly first half. Let's be honest. Like, we're not going to sugarcoat this. It was a very ugly first half, but we cleaned it up in the second half. We won this game through our defense and the stuff that we had to clean up. All right, let's keep on reading into the comments here. We don't have my guy Gonzalez coming in here yet. I was thinking Jonathan was going to come on here. I don't see any comments from him. So we will continue to read into the comments, and we'll see if anybody else wants to jump onto the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Now that we have over 100 people right now, let me make another quick announcement. Everybody, this is a call-in show. If you guys want to come on to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. You click on the link, it will take you to a website called StreamYard. You turn on your camera, jump onto the AZ Sports Fan, and you let us know how you feel about our Arizona Cardinals. It's linked at the top, man. It's linked at the top. That's probably the best way you're going to have to be able to communicate with the fan base, because there's a lot of comments coming through, and it's very hard to read all the comments. So we'll continue to read, and we'll wait for some more callers to come through. YouTube GM says, I'm rooting against the Cardinals, but I just love Stafford, and I'm happy for him. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Awesome. We got somebody here. We got Grant coming in the house. Grant, I just
What's up,
love,
dude?
I love the hat.
What's
By the
up?
way,
What's up?
let me start off by saying I love the freaking hat.
All day, baby. Got to go the OG colors. Got to have that
You got
turquoise
to.
and purple.
Let's go. All right, man. Talk to me, man, about the Cardinals. How you feeling?
I mean, at the end of the day, man, we are 3-0. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care about a field goal miss. I don't care about a poor first half. I don't care about Cliff Kingsbury making some very questionable calls to kick a 68-yard field goal. To be honest with you, at the moment, I wanted to see Matt Prater launch that into the record book. So, you know, at the end of the day, our record is our record. And like the greats say, we start every week 0-0 or, 0-0. So let's kill these Rams.
Yeah, I love it, man. How do you think did you catch the Rams versus Bucks game? Let's start up there.
I did. I saw it. I didn't see the whole game, but I saw the beginning and I saw the end of it. And I mean, they look real. They look like a real team, especially, I mean, McVay, to be honest with you, I hate to say this because I'm born and bred in the desert here, but I feel like McVay is what Cliff Kingsbury wants to become. You know, it's who we're kind of stepping up, that young coach, that great strategy coach. But I look at this team this year and I think we have the talent to beat anybody. We have the best wide receiver core in the country, in the world. We have, MVP candidate. We have all the pieces. So I think every game that we win, we get those reps, and that's everything.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm so glad you said that because, we always kind of talk about, hey, Prater or we looked ugly stuff. I mean, by week 6, week 7, we're only going to go by a record. We're not going to talk about, well, this happened and this happened. So you're 110% right on that, man. Offensively, let me just start off there. Are you worried about offense? It's just a question.
I like, all I want to see is us to run the ball more. I love Chase Edmonds. I love what James Conner's doing. I feel like James Conner's low key one of the best pickups of the entire offseason for any team because he's just such a bruiser between the tackles. I want to see us run the ball more. I don't think it was the last game. I think it was 2 games ago when we were playing the Vikings. We had a couple penalties against the Vikings and we were running the ball well. And I think we were back. I think it was like a holding, maybe a personal foul. I think it was like 1st and 25. And instead of just running the ball and just trusting these backs that are proving it, I think we immediately started airing it out. And so although I do trust Kingsbury because he and Kyler do have magic. There's no doubt about it. I don't buy into like fire Kingsbury, all that. He is whispering. He's the quarterback whisperer for Kyler right now. But I also think sometimes we overcomplicate things. So just run the ball, and then the last thing on the offense is I love what AJ Green did last week, and we think we've all been waiting for it. I think I was telling the guys I was watching the game with, we need AJ Green to get a couple more games under his belt. And I'm blown. I get the chills, man. Christian Kirk, AJ Green, D-Hop. It's like, dude, that's unstoppable.
It almost kind of seems like I don't want to call it too quick, but the Larry, Anquan, and Steve Preston, bro. I've been waiting for that 3 tandem triple to come back, and this might stack up, man. It might stack up. Everybody in the chat really, really likes you, man. I love what you're putting out as well. Hopefully you can come back again. We're gonna maybe try to do this every Monday, so appreciate you for tuning in, man.
Thanks, bro.
Later. All right, man. Yeah, dropping some dimes there, man. Dropping some dimes. Let me give a big shout out to my guy Daniel Barnett with the super chat. Let me get you the Betty White dab.
Got him!
Appreciate you. He says, Coach K with the new mentality. This team is dangerous. Yeah, and I agree, man. I absolutely agree. This, as much flack as I've given Coach K, as much flack as I have, you're right. They're right. In terms of, we probably wouldn't have won this game. We wouldn't have won this game last year. It seems like we're coming in with a different mentality. It seems like we're coming in differently offensively. And I like what I'm seeing so far. It might be too early, but my guy Grant and myself, I got some chills saying it, man. We might see the new, Larry, Anquan, and Steph. I'm sorry, and Preston with, D-Hop once AJ Green gets going, because he's right. Get some more games under his belt. The chemistry needs to be there with him and Kyler. And so far, it seems like it's getting better and better and better. We've seen Vikings look really pretty good, and then we've seen this game with an explosion when D-Hop, obviously didn't put his numbers up there, but I like it, man. Christian Kirk is looking very good in the slot. Please keep the guy in the slot. That's where he's thriving. Don't do anything cute. Keep him there. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Daniel Barnett says, yes, sir. AJ Green is still AJ Green. Watch out. Love it, man. Love it. I love what he put onto the table, and I can continue. Hopefully, he can keep continuing to do that stuff. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Dylan, what's up, Dylan? Says, if we had Pitts, we would score over 40 a game. I felt Zaven hasn't done really anything in only 40% of snaps. I think he's having a conversation with some people up there, so we will allow them to do so. Javier, what's up, man? He says, can't wait for the NFC West roundtable. How about them Niners? Dude, I'm excited too, man. If you guys do not know, we do a NFC West roundtable every Tuesday at 6 p.m. AZ time. This week, it's going to be on my channel. So all you need to do is have your post notification bell on as well, but it's an opportunity to really look in depth to see what's going on within the NFC West. We have a Rams fan, we have a 49ers fan, we have a Seahawks fan, and then obviously myself representing the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm going to ask my guy Steezy A. Smith, which is representing the Seattle Seahawks, are they in panic mode right now? So if you guys haven't tuned in, tune in, because honestly, it's a good time, and we might have a bet going on because we have some implications from the NFC West this coming weekend. So tune in. Appreciate you guys. Let's keep on reading into the comments, and let's see what you guys have to continue to say. Is it Money Making Juan? It says, yo, what's up, bro? Hope all is good on this wonderful Cardinals Monday. Yeah, everything is good in the hood right now, man. Everything's very, very good. This is a live call-in show right now. Just FYI, everybody, this is a live call-in show. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. If you guys want to come on, express your happiness, express your concern, everything's at the top of the chat. This channel or this video or this live stream, let me start saying that, is for you guys to voice your guys' opinion. It's at the top. It's pinned in case you guys want to jump through. Mars says, Packers did us a favor. Yes, they did. They definitely did us a favor, 110%. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. I Am Bear coming up clutch. Appreciate the super chat, man. Let me get you the Betty White dab.
Got him! Got him!
Appreciate that. He says 400 plus yards in 3 games. 2 games with 2 wide receivers over 100. But let's hate Cliff and say fire him. Beat LA and take 1 game at a time, guys. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, we're doing really good, man. 3-0. We can't complain about 3-0. I agree. There's some things that obviously there's some things that we need to talk about, but I agree. We're doing very, very well for what we are. We got our next guest here. We got our guy Leonard Wolff, the AZ sports fan. Brother, how you doing, man?
3-0. 3-0.
Hi, talk to me, man. How you feeling about it?
That was a good third quarter for our team, man. James Conner, I gotta tell you, James Conner did really great. You know what was happy for me? That I was happy that the Seahawks lost to the Vikings and the 49ers.
True.
And hopefully we get to beat the Rams, because Rams are a very, very, very good team and very tough team. Hopefully we come out and try to, win this game, because we definitely want to go 4-0 for the first time since 2015. So in order to beat the Rams, defense and offense needs to be very great for this game.
I agree,
I just
man.
got home from school, so.
Awesome, man. Heck yeah. Well, let me ask you this, man. I think, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of national people. I know a lot of Rams fans are coming to my channel, and they're like, you got nothing on, the Rams are going to beat you, blah, 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 blah. Imagine Victory Monday next week. If we're 4-0, I just got chills saying it. How excited would you be?
I would be super happy. I will be very excited, because the last time we were 4-0 was 2012, but we didn't win the division. We blew it back in 2012. I remember that. I was 2 years old when that happened.
Yeah, I love it, man. Appreciate you letting me. This guy, let me just be a quick shout out to my guy, Leonard Wolff, man. This guy's the youngest, most diehard Arizona sports fan, man. Appreciate you for doing what you do, man. Have a great rest of your day.
Subscribe to me. I just hit 200 subscribers. Follow me on Instagram and all that stuff.
All right, brother. Love you, man. Peace out. All right, man. I got my next guy here, Jonathan. He's in the ranks. I want to hear how we're going to beat the Rams. And before I do that, I saw a comment from a Rams fan saying blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, if you want to come through and let us know how you feel, I think it's who's in Bergie. Hopefully I didn't butcher it. If you want to come in, it's linked at the top of the chat. But let me get my guy Jonathan come up here. Jonathan, talk to me.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. Talk to me. How you feeling? And how you feel about the Cardinals?
I love the Cardinals. Been a Cardinal fan when I first started liking football. I love them even when they played at Sun Devil Stadium. As you can see, I'm driving. I pulled over so I could talk to you, man. But I've been a subscriber and a fan of your channel for a while now. I've always wanted to call in, but I've never had the right feeling for it. But right now I do. I think we're going to win, and I'm going to tell you why. Everybody's counting us out. Everybody's thinking, oh, it's a fluke. They've played teams that they're not that great, blah, 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 blah. I've seen a couple interviews, even the one that Kyler did yesterday where he mentioned 2 years ago, we would have lost that game. And that is so true. And I've also seen the progression of this team where they're not only, they're believing in themselves even more every single time they play. So I think that the Rams, since they've won the last 8 games, they're coming in with a mindset, we're going to beat them. Same old Cardinals. We got their number. They're going to underestimate them. And one of the big reasons they beat the Bucs is because they didn't get any pressure on the quarterback. Well, we got some of the best defensive linemen out there. I think we're going to get a couple sacks. We're going to put enough pressure on them. I think we're going to come away with a win, man. If that's the case, I'm going to see you a victory Monday. I'll call in again, and I'll see. Remember, I told you last Monday, I told you this would happen, and we'll celebrate together, brother.
Awesome. I love it, man. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully from your lips to the football god's ears. I hope that happens. Thank you so very much.
I actually even told you when the JJ Watt thing first started, I was one of the only people that commented on your channel, JJ to the Cardinals, and it happened. So,
all right, well, let's do it
again, brother.
Peace out, man. Have a great one.
Have a great day, man. Thanks.
You too. Later. All right, man. I hope so, man. I absolutely hope so. I mean, I'm absolutely super excited as well. Even that we're just 3-0 just in general is something that kind of just, I don't know. It's a newfound of dang. Like, look at our freaking team now. Like, look where we are. So super stoked about it. But let me give a big shout out to my guy I Am Bear coming up clutch with the $9.99 donation. Let me get you the Betty White dab.
Got him!
Appreciate that. He says, going to be a lot of shakeup in the NFC West the next 2 weeks. Rams versus Cards, 49ers versus Hawks. Next week, Cards versus 49ers, and the Rams versus the Hawks. Could be a bad time for them Hawks, man. Bad news Seahawks, right? Bad news Seahawks. You gotta freaking love it. I agree, man. I agree. A lot of implications that's coming left and right when it comes down to Arizona Cardinals versus the Rams, and I'm absolutely super excited about it. Rams house. Bro, Rams house in the house, man. Hey, if you want to jump on, be our last caller, come through. If not, no worries. I did get your Twitter messages. I will be responding by today. I will be responding. I promise you. If you want to come on through, man, the link is at the top of the chat. If you want to come through, just click on it and you're able to come in here. I'm super curious to figure out how you guys and your fan base is really seeing this matchup. If it's one of those things where it's like, hey, it's the Cardinals, then we might have that underdog advantage, or that whole situation where, a lot of people are saying, well, the Titans thought this was going to be a lot easier than they had it, but we came out, punched them in the mouth. Or do you see the Cardinals and saying, man, these guys are a real deal. We need to come out on Sunday and we need to come out strong. So I'm actually super curious about your take and how your fan base is taking Cardinals versus Rams. If you want to come through, man, let me know in the chat, and I will wait about 2 or 3 minutes for you to come on because I really want to hear your take. If not, no worries, man. I completely understand. But we have made it to the hour mark, ladies and gentlemen. This probably has been the most times than we've had any, like, the callers amount. So thank you, everybody, for helping this channel grow to what it has become at this point. If you guys haven't already, do me a big favor, smash that like button and subscribe. We will be trying to do Victory Monday live streams every time around this time, and it's going to be designated for you guys to call in and really come down to the nitty gritty of how you're feeling about the cards, positives, negatives, all that different stuff. I want to hear it. I want to hear it all. So guys, thank you so very much. Let me wait a couple minutes here before my guy Rams House. Hopefully he wants to come in. Fingers crossed. If not, no worries. Don't feel pressured. Let's read some comments here, and then we will give it the fair couple minutes, and then we will be ending this. Hopefully, we'll be ending this shortly, just because we usually just go to the hour mark. Let's keep on reading to the comments here. We have a lot of people saying Rams get on, Rams get on. Classy Nasty saying 17-0. Sheesh, the optimism in that guy. Sheesh. All right, let's keep on reading. We got some people saying BLA. We got Deshaun Lacey saying we're going to win. K1's going to kill this week. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let's keep on reading into the comments here. Let's see here. I think the Rams House might have left the building. We'll give it one more minute. Let's keep on reading to the comments here. Well, I think we have a lot of people adding each other right now. It's getting pretty intense. It's getting pretty hairy in this comment section right now. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. We got Escobar Alejandro saying 45-31 Cardinals. Dang. Okay, let's do it. Jordan P. Also, I love how people are saying Kyle Pitts has done nothing. Go watch the Falcons. Matt Ryan can't even throw straight. Rams House is scared. I don't think he's scared. He's a cool dude. Honestly, I've talked to Rams House before. He's a really cool guy. He probably just jumped in and just jumped right back out. But no worries. What we're gonna do, we will be having a preview tomorrow of Cardinals versus Rams. Just a regular video. It's not going to be anything crazy. I will try to get the Rams House. Maybe we can do a collaboration on this channel. I'm really excited, guys. Thank you everybody for showing up. I appreciate you. Smack that like button if you guys have not yet already. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Celebrate your Victory Monday, if you're working, if you're driving, if you're doing some other stuff that nobody wants to hear. Have a great rest of your day. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to every single one of you guys. Thank you again, and go Cards.